Basketball fans, welcome back. So might be one of the most controversial draft lotteries you've seen in recent times. And in this one, we saw the Dallas Mavericks winning the number one pick. That means they're going to draft Cooper Flag, no doubt. And the 2025 NBA draft lottery delivered some unexpected twists, and the Dallas Mavericks got the top pick despite the slim odds, while teams like the Utah Jazz, Brooklyn Nets face very disappointing outcomes. So, this 2025 NBA draft lottery proved to be a night of surprises, and the Dallas Mavericks again rewarded by the first pick. This is something that I never expected to happen. Honestly, the Dallas Mavericks have had their worst seasons, and the regular season was just mad with a lot of injuries. We had that infamous trade of Luka to LA in exchange for Anthony Davis, which didn't pan out. They got knocked out in the playing tournament. So them getting rewarded with this number one pick, man, it just raises so much eyebrows, and there's a high likelihood they're going to draft Cooper Flag like that. So this situation is very sad, especially uh, for teams like the Utah Jazz and Brooklyn Nets, who entered the lottery with the highest expectations and found themselves falling short. The Jazz, despite having the best odds, dropped to the fifth pick, while the Nets landed an eighth, missing out on top tier talent. So these outcomes will significantly influence the team's strategies and what they do moving forward in the upcoming season. So in this one, I'll be looking at the winners and losers of this draft lottery. And for starters, we have to say one of the biggest winner is Nico Harrison. So Nico Harrison has come under fire for the better part of the second half of the regular season and also a bit of the postseason with the playing tournament.
Well, when you have 20,000 people in this stadium chanting "Fire Nico," you really feel it. I mean, I use the word awesome, but not in a positive way. Like you can really feel how they feel. So yes, I feel them. How am I doing? I'm good. You know, I said this last week. God's got me covered. I have an amazing family and an amazing support group to get through it. But no, I absolutely feel it. But I'm also, you know, my job is to make decisions that I feel are in the best interest of this organization, and I got to stand by the decision, and some of them are going to be unpopular, and this was clearly one that's unpopular.
Why shouldn't you be fired?
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here, and I don't think I can be judged by the injuries this year. You have to judge from totality, from beginning to end, and so I think I have a really good working relationship with Patrick. I think you add in Rick, the leadership that we have is really elite, and you'll see next year when our team comes back, we're going to be competing for a championship.
The second pick will be made by the San Antonio Spurs. That means that the number one pick in the 2025 NBA draft goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
Given the fact that he traded away star guard Luka Doncic to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. So this decision rubbed so many people the wrong way. And he's one of those GMs that I can say he's very infamous. A lot of people don't like him. Even he came out in the post-game presser at the final, day of their season when it concluded. He came out and said, some of things get to him. A lot of people really do not like Nico Harrison, so he is somewhat turning around the franchise. He got the number one overall pick, which he's gonna use to get Cooper Flag. This unexpected opportunity offers a fresh start and a chance to reshape the team's future. And with Cooper Flag being there, they still have AD. Kyrie is his return date is we people don't know his return date like that. So sometimes people who do bad things win, and the Dallas Mavericks fan base turned on Nico Harrison, Even with this one, a lot of people are not too happy about it because they're seeing a person get rewarded like that, and it's a sad situation, honestly, especially for the Dallas Mavericks nation. And we're not sure if Nico Harrison is going to go ahead and flip him for another player. So that is something that he's ruined it for himself because even with the top talent that he had with Luka Doncic, he showed that he lacks even good talent management, and he showed that he didn't even care. Even if you are a star player or anything, he'll just go and trade you in a heartbeat. So that really rubbed people the wrong way. And yeah, I mean, even with the whole situation in the Dallas Mavericks, what the expectations, they're trying to go ahead and contend for a title. What will they? How do they proceed moving forward? So that's something that I'll be keeping an eye on. And I've been monitoring this whole Dallas Mavericks situation for some time now, and I must say things are not looking good in Dallas. Then we have the San Antonio Spurs team that won, and the San Antonio Spurs continue to rebuild an impressive young core, securing the number 2 pick of the 2025 draft with a 6.3% chance of landing a top 3 selection. This outcome enhances their rebuilding efforts, complementing recent acquisitions like Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle. So De'Aaron Fox was acquired mid-season through a mid-season trade, and this has helped them to be able to create something that is good, like have a good core, similar to what the OKC Thunder and Cavs have done. If you look at how they've been able to rebuild their young cores, that is the route the San Antonio Spurs are trying to get to. So this high draft position provides the Spurs with flexibility to either select another promising prospect or leverage the pick in potential trades for established talent. So whatever the Spurs require to do, they can go ahead and do it. And given the fact that they've been able to, secure a top pick at the number 2 spot, that is something that they're lucky. Then we have the Philadelphia 76ers. They emerged as a significant winner, securing the number 3 pick in the draft, thereby retaining their selection, which will have otherwise been convoyed to the Oklahoma City Thunder if it fell out top 6. So they're lucky they're keeping that pick. This fortunate outcome offers the Sixers a valuable asset to change up their roster, whether by drafting a top tier prospect or utilizing the pick in trade discussions. So after a challenging season marked by injuries, you had PG, being a very underwhelming player. The Sixers were trying to shop around PG, but they couldn't get a suitor. And the whole situation, Joel Embiid is injured, injury history, not a good look. But at least this is the bright spot that the Sixers have had. So those are the 3 winners. So we have the Dallas Mavericks getting the number 1 pick, San Antonio Spurs number 2 pick, and the Sixers the number 3 pick. So the losers in this situation, we have the Utah Jazz, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Washington Wizards. So the Utah Jazz, it's sad because they had the highest probability of securing a top 3 selection with 14%, and it just didn't happen. And sometimes you feel like, this whole process is rigged. This unexpected drop limits the Jazz access to elite prospects and may hinder their rebuild strategy. I mean, they've been losing games on purpose, and the outcome necessitates a reassessment of their draft approach and could impact long-term planning, especially when it comes to the roster construction. So that's a big L. Then you have the Brooklyn Nets. Their efforts to rebuild through the draft after a 26-56 record, I mean, does face a setback. They had a 9% chance, and they really wanted to have like a top pick in the draft, and they just fell out like that. And they don't have the ability to draft a player, a once in a generational player who they can be able to rebuild around. So that's a sad situation. So this result, diminishes, the team's ability to look for potential trade scenarios and might complicate their pursuit for high impact players. So the Nets now explore alternative strategies, to enhance their roster and accelerate the rebuilding process. But this one has set them back, and these picks and these chances don't occur that much. Then you have the Washington Wizards. I mean, they had a 14% chance and they didn't get it. And this is a missed opportunity to acquire transformative talent. I mean, the Washington Wizards have been deliberately bad on purpose so they can be able to tank to get a top pick. And after finishing with an 18-64 record, which is by far the worst, among the worst in this season, the Wizards, I mean, things are not just looking good, and those are your losers. I mean, this draft process has come under scrutiny by people in the NBA media. We even saw LeBron James when he went to the Pat McAfee show. He came out and said, when he was drafted, he got drafted by his home team in the Cleveland Cavaliers. You saw Derrick Rose being drafted by the Bulls. It's a rigged process, and even Practic Ewing to the New York Knicks. So this draft process is not fair, and I can say this is something that it looks fixed, and the NBA are not even doing a good job in covering it up because they already know the jig is up, and the whole situation with even this information leaking like that, they don't care anymore. They'll just do whatever they want to do. I mean, they have been doing that for years now, and I mean that's just about it. So those are your biggest winners and losers for the 2025 NBA Draft Lottery night, and yeah, man. I mean, some teams, even when you just tank on purpose, you just can't win it. And this rule change happened when we witnessed it firsthand in the 2019 draft because prior to that, the worst team was gifted the number one pick, and that, all thanks to Sam Hinkie because he was the guy who rolled out the tanks when the Philadelphia 76ers were losing games on purpose, and even it sparked some investigations to the tanking process and to how teams are going ahead and acquiring these players through this unorthodox process of tanking and getting better talent. So there was a clamp put on that one, and that's the reason as to why the top six teams, six teams with the worst records, even if you have the highest chance or the highest probability, you're all put at the same level, and that's the reason as to why we saw the team with the least odds getting it. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks, especially Nico Harrison. A lot of people have been wanting this man to get fired. I mean, he's going to be now rewarded with the number one pick, and he's going to draft Cooper Flag. I feel like Cooper Flag is the consensus number one overall pick. I don't think there's anyone who can be able to challenge his number one pick status, and that's who the Dallas Mavericks are going to go ahead and draft. And honestly, rewarding Nico Harrison is a huge pet peeve of mine because I don't like this guy. I wish this guy can get fired. Even reports saying that the Dallas Mavericks ownership were unhappy with Nico Harrison. It's unfortunate that this guy is still there. So it is what it is. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below what you think about this draft process. I really don't understand it, honestly. I understand the NBA draft lottery, but I don't understand like how is it that this team got it. I mean, I know that the setup changed, but it just looks fixed to me. So it is what it is. So I mean, I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.